A while back, I tried to upgrade the RAM in my PC and, well, it didn't really work out exactly how I thought it would.
Go ahead and put the power supply in. Now it's lit up. Now we're gonna turn it on. So far, so good.
But it was also kind of weird because the RAM that I had bought didn't even fit in the slots correctly, so it wasn't even starting up the PC as it should have. Now, the RAM that I currently have in here is by Viper, and it's an 8GB stick that is DDR4 and 3200 megahertz, which honestly isn't even bad. But when I got the new ones in beforehand, I think honestly we're about 5600 megahertz, which if you're going that much of a difference, it's going to hurt the PC if you don't change some settings in the BIOS system. Well, since I didn't know how to do that, and I still really don't know how to work anything with the BIOS system, which is the motherboard operating system, it's a little hard for me. So what we're gonna do in today's video is go to Best Buy, get RAM that's actually an upgrade, so that way not only the PC kind of runs better, but hopefully everything else performs a lot better and more efficient. Something that I think I'm learning is that this motherboard may not be the healthiest, which is as to no surprise. But if you can see here, there's 4 slots, which only 2 work. And the only 2 that are working are obviously where the RAM sticks are currently. So even if I were to put 4 sticks of RAM in, it's not gonna work. Like the PC's literally gonna just turn off like it has done before. So I'm gonna go ahead, take those out. Those are still good, so I can still like use them as a backup, but we're gonna go get some new ones. I don't know if yeah, you can kind of see it on camera. It's so hazy in here. Dude, my car is burning oil. Yeah, it's got an oil problem. But we're gonna make it to Best Buy safely. It's literally like if I were to hotbox this garage. That's what it feels like right now. It's so heavy in here. Now, I still have this dream of building my own PC at some point, but honestly, that's gonna cost me a couple of grand. The one that I'm speccing out and the one that I've actually put the parts into PCbuilder.com for, it's coming out to around $2,700. And that's a lot of money for me, especially to buy outright and to just like have that be going into a PC is just wild. I get that PCs are expensive, but when you don't have that kind of income to come in, just spend like that, that's insane. Even though I just spent it on a new car. Anyways, that's the ultimate goal, is to get a new PC. This PC that I have now is pushing its 5th year. And I'm not saying that's bad, but usually PCs, especially pre-builds that have been running everyday hardcore for the last 5 years, it tends to wear its parts down. And it's not like you can just continue to like repair it, because after a while it's just like, okay, well, you repair a GPU. That's $500 minimum. Then a CPU, that's like at least $700 minimum. So it's like, reality is like, what's more cost efficient? Replacing the parts or just buying a new PC? So at some point we'll get there, but let's just go get this RAM for now and hope for the best. And after I got the new RAM, I noticed something in the corner that was an incredible deal. This here was an iBuyPower Y40 IBP pre-built gaming PC. For $1,500, this thing was loaded. For instance, it had an Intel i7 14700F CPU. Okay, first off, that PC in there, pre-built by iBuyPower, wasn't actually bad at all. I couldn't even find out what the graphics card was, but like, it looked really, really nice. And for $1,500, wow. But anyways, the point of this video is to the RAM. We have the RAM here, and I did this for you guys. I paid an extra like 35 bucks just to get it in RGB, so it's not an ugly little color, but this is 2 sticks of 16 gigabytes at 3200 megahertz. Basically the same exact RAM that I had before, just now 2 larger sticks of memory. Now, some of you might be saying like, oh, what does RAM actually do for your PC? Even though I tell you guys basically my entire problems about the RAM, well, RAM and the idea of it is to allow the PC to not only run programs better, but to make them start up faster. And it literally, in a summarized part, it's just to make the PC more efficient. That's with programs, that's with startup, that's with shutdowns, that's literally with everything the PC does. The more RAM you have, the better. Like, it's never a bad thing to go with more RAM. Now, the one thing is that you have to be super careful with, and this is something that I learned actually working on PCs, is that you have to watch the frequency. So if you're, for instance, going from a lower frequency to a higher frequency, you gotta make sure that the settings are calibrated to that. And if they aren't able to go that route, then you have to be aware of that, because it can actually fry your motherboard, such as my situation where I think I did the exact same thing. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys to not do that. But this is the exact same frequency at 32 megahertz, but this is now 16 gigabytes of stick per stick. I'm very excited. We're gonna put these in real quick, and then honestly, you won't really see much of a difference on camera, but I definitely will. At least that's what I thought. So yes, if you add more RAM to a PC, it does make it more efficient, faster, and more capable of different things, such as running better frame rates during gameplay. But when your motherboard doesn't perform like it should, like mine, then you really don't notice a huge difference. But enough of this lecture, let's go ahead and install it. First things first, in order to put this in, we obviously have to shut down the PC and take out all of this stuff just because, well, I'm gonna lay the PC on the side. But you know, a lot of people who are new to PCs or maybe have been in PCs for a while and just like don't understand some components, even though RAM is literally one of the most common issues of a PC failing. An easy way to tell if RAM is going bad is if your games or your launches are almost acting if it's a severe lag. To speed this up, I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the power supply, unplug the power supply, that way there is no power to this PC right now. And then simply pop these bad boys out. Perfect. So now we got the new ones. You wanna make sure that you're not touching it in this little part here, because that is gonna go straight to the motherboard. So without further ado, this is the first one, and if I can get it, and there we go, it clicked in, perfect. And this is the second one. I wish I could have 4 slots of it, but 2 and doubling the RAM, that's better. That's more than I can be blessed with, especially with all my problems with this PC. So, it looks like those are all good. Always want to make sure that they're tightened in. So let me show you what this exactly looks like. So this is the PC. I have my secondary SSD here, GPU, motherboard, CPU liquid cooler on top of the CPU, and then the sticks of RAM. Again, as you can see, I have 4 slots. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4, but slots 1 and 3 don't work. Only slots 2 and 4 work. So I put the new RAM in slots 2 and 4. Now another thing here too is that I am not going to be able to use this RAM with that. Even though they're the same frequency, just different sizes of memory, it's just not going to work out. It'll literally make the PC crash and it won't even start up. So to hope and pray that this works, we're going to start it up. Gotta plug the power supply back in, and we don't have power yet because I haven't turned the power supply on. Now I've turned the power supply on, so we have an orange light and it's on. There's power connected to everything, and in 3, 2, 1, it should work peacefully. Yeah? And thankfully, it worked. Now usually, if it didn't work, the PC's gonna shut off within 5 to 10 seconds of you actually hitting the power button of the PC. As long as you can get to the home screen of your PC, then you know it works. And honestly, like I said, it'll be within 5 to 10 seconds that the PC turns off if it's installed incorrectly or if it's just not compatible. So, no hate there, no worry. We got brand new RAM. Doubled it. And we got RGB now, which actually, the RGB looks really, really cool. But is it worth an extra $35 instead of just getting the one that was low profile and everything? Probably not, but I did it anyways. And I want to say thank you for making this PC one of the most fortunate things to happen in my life. After 4 years, it's still the most viewed video I have. Plus, it's allowed me to connect with a bunch of other tech people and give this YouTube channel a foundation to grow. So, in reality, as this cost me over $2,000, it was one of the best investments of my entire life.